channel. Some of you are going to call me crazy because it's like almost 8 o'clock at night, and I'm going to try to move around some stuff for beta and have this video come out in the morning before I go to work, or like at 6 a.m. my time. And so here we're gonna have a little like story time. Yeah, story time. I filmed 2 separate TBR videos, and they were both my game because I love playing my game for my TBRs. But my lens on my camera broke. So the first time that I filmed, it was really pixelated, really blurry, really terrible quality. I could not post that. The second time that I filmed it, my lens broke in half. It like cracked, and then it just didn't work. And I've been going like 3 weeks without a camera. So I have one, obviously. But I'm not gonna play the game. And I'm not gonna pick the books necessarily that that I got on the game. So let me explain to you why. I'm gonna show you some of the books that I got on that TBR, and I'm gonna explain to you why I'm not gonna read them. Okay, the first one is Dark Corners by Goldeen, which is the second in the Night Swim series. This follows Rachel Craw as, like, the FBI tries to get her to talk to the serial killer who's being released from prison. And, I'm really bored. So, pass. The Cage by Bonnie Kistler. This was, my mama pick. My mom got to pick a book. She picked The Cage, and I'm really bored. I'm like 70 pages in, and these 2 women they left their work to go on this elevator from the 13th floor to the lobby, and in that elevator ride, the power goes out, it gets real spooky, and one of them dies. The other one says that she committed suicide, but now we're investigating to see what actually happened. I'm bored. I don't want to read it. If I do read it, awesome, but if I don't read it right now, fine. The Devil Takes You Home by Gabino Iglesias. Okay, let's just show you. I was loving the beginning of this book. Look at all those tabs. I tabbed that, and I don't tab my books. And now I'm bored. Do you sense a pattern? Like, I can see why some people would really, really love this. It's an emotionally driven horror novel. Light on the horror so far. And just emotionally draining character study, but it's not really a character study. It's just boringness. Hence the theme. I might finish this one just to say that I did, but I'm so bored. And then I had hubby pick, and he picked Inkheart by Camilla Funk. I'm hating this book with every fiber of my being. And it's a children's book, so I think I want to get Inkheart and my copy of Inkspell and put them in my classroom for my students. I think they would really like this. I'm not the intended audience. I'm not having fun with this book. I'm not doing it. Now, some of the reason that I might be hating everything that I'm reading is because of the headspace that I've been in for the last, like, week. It's just been a rough week. I've had a lot of stuff happen. And it's just been an adjustment period for things in my personal life. And, you know, it's been like the first week of school, I changed grades, and for a while I was a little worried that maybe I wasn't gonna do well in 4th grade, but you know what? I'm a teacher, and I'm gonna rock the 4th grade just like I did 2nd grade. So I'm not nervous about it anymore. With that being said, that might have something to do with why I haven't been liking anything that I'm reading. Okay, so I have 3 smallish-ish piles of books that if I were to pick up a book right now, I would want one of these. Or one of those, or one of those. But like I said, I'm not really enjoying anything that I'm reading. So I'm hoping that it's just because I've been in a weird headspace and I'm finally starting to feel better. I think we're actually going to end with these ones. Usually when I talk to people, I say that I have 2 options. I can lean into my feelings, whether they be good or bad, or I can try and like bring myself out of those negative feelings when I'm feeling negative. There are 2 options. So like some people say I'm a perfectionist, and I don't want to comment on that. But in the headspace that I've been in, I have option 1, which has 5 books, and that is to like lean into the negativeness and just be emotional and like let all the negativeness win, which is probably not the best choice, but if I do that, here are my options. I have A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. The movie with Tom Hanks just came out semi-recently, A Man Called Otto. But this is actually the book that's based on, and I think that Ove is a cranky old man that goes on some adventure, but I'm not entirely sure. I think this one's going to break my heart because I'm 90% sure I know how it ends, and I haven't wanted to put myself through that. But since I've been in a funky headspace, why not? Just like, let's lean into that a little. I have A Dog's Promise by W. Bruce Cameron, which is the 3rd in A Dog's Promise series, A Dog's Purpose series, and I've been avoiding this book, but I finally have a copy of it right here in my hands. I don't want to read it because I'm going to cry, but I do really want to read it. So, here's the thing. I read the first book a few years ago, around the time that I had to put Wyatt down. Wyatt was my Chihuahua. I called him YY because he always got into trouble. So, why you do that? But he was my little stalker. He followed me into the bathroom, and I remember right after, after I had to put him down, we came home, and it was a hard night, but the next morning I got up to go to the bathroom, and I was like getting out of bed, and I looked over because usually Wyatt would jump off the bed and follow me, and he wasn't there. And I know it's like such a silly thing, but I ended up finishing A Dog's Purpose that day because I'm a monster and I do that to myself. And I waited like a year to a year and a half before I read the second in the series, which I can't remember what it's called right now, and I'm sorry, but then I found A Dog's Promise at the thrift store, and I thought that that was fate telling me that it's time to finish this book, to finish this series. But here's the thing, like, in the headspace I've been in, I keep telling myself that if I read this, that I'm like closing that chapter on Wyatt, and that's crazy because Wyatt made so many memories and he impacted me so much that a book isn't gonna, like, I'm not, see, it just doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that he didn't mean anything to me by finishing this series. I'm just saying that now I have a third book that's going to be very special in my heart, just like Wyatt is always going to be really special in my heart. And I'm finally, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm rambling now, so I'm just going to move on to the next one that I could just, like, pull into my sadness and make me even more sad if I end up reading. This is actually kind of goes with that one. This is the other doggo series that W. Bruce Cameron wrote. So there's A Dog's Way Home and A Dog's Courage, and it's a duet or a duology. I'm not really sure what the difference is. I know that they are both 2-book series. But I think that this follows a dog named Bella, which is funny because I have a dog named Bella too. And Bella gets lost in the Colorado wilderness. I don't know what A Dog's Courage is about, but I know that they're the same series. I always told myself that I wouldn't start that series until I finished A Dog's Purpose, though. But, like, I don't know if emotionally I'm ready for A Dog's Purpose to end. I'm being honest with you, I don't know. And then the last, like, let's just jump right into the sadness some more, is Group. How One Therapist in a Circle of Strangers Saved My Life by Christy Tate. This is a nonfiction about therapy, going to therapy, getting help. And, like, I'm not saying that I'm sad because, like, I was for a little bit. But I'm feeling better, like I said. I'm just kind of on the tail end of it. So, anyways, let's go to the funny/happy books that might help me pull out of whatever funky headspace I'm in all the way. Because, like I said, I'm starting to feel better, but, you know, just, like, pull me up, lift me up, because we really should be lifting each other up, right? Yeah. Okay. Then I have 2 romances. I'm not really going to tell you much about them, but I have If You Ask Me by Libby Hupster. This follows a advice columnist. There we go. And she finds out that her husband, Sam, has been cheating on her. Then there's Talk Bookish to Me by Kate Bromley. This is like a bookish book that has a romance. Then, as a funny book, I'm thinking I might try and read Sign Here by Claudia Lux, but this has been on so many TBRs, and I have yet to read it, so maybe in October, if I don't get to it in August. This follows Payette, who works in hell, and he wants to get a promotion. All he has to do is get this wealthy family to sell their soul to him. Like, one person in that wealthy family has to sell their soul. And the last one is, like, a comfort read for me, which is Riley Sager. Love Riley Sager. He's a fabulous author, even if he's had some misses for me. Specifically, The House Across the Lake. This one is the only one left. It's his newest book. I don't know what it's about, but Riley Sager. Comfort, you know? And I know it's a thriller, but he's comforting to me. Alright, and then this stack is kind of meeting in the middle. They're mostly thrillers. So maybe I'm just in a thriller mood. But they're not gonna like wreck my soul or even really make me feel better. They're just kind of gonna let me read a book that I really am enjoying, because I miss reading books for enjoyment. I haven't enjoyed a book in over a month, and that seems like a long time, because right before that I was in a reading slump in June. So this summer just hasn't been my reading era, which I guess is fine, but I mean, it's not, but we're gonna just keep going. So for my first thriller, I have Tell Me No Lies by Lisa Hall. Don't trust anyone. It was supposed to be a fresh start, a chance to move on from the past. But can you ever really start again? Or does the past follow you wherever you go? I think there might also be a stalker in here. And speaking of stalkers, here, let's just take the Band-Aid off. I Am Watching You by Teresa Driscoll. A missing girl, a tormented witness, a web of lies, and someone is watching you. So this woman, Ella, is on the train when she sees these grown men flirting with teenagers. And one of the teenagers goes missing. And she's trying to figure out if she should go to the police and tell them what she saw, or just ignore it because it's none of her business. And then someone starts stalking Ella. Then we have Are You Sleeping by Kathleen Barber. This would be the second book by this author. The first one was a stalker book, but this one follows Josie, who has been lying to everyone in her life, and now she has to go back to her hometown to take care of some business, but the only problem is that her husband, Caleb, doesn't know anything about her, and she has to figure out a lie to tell him so that he won't suspect anything is wrong while she's gone for like a week. But she also told that Caleb that her parents are dead, and they clearly aren't. Alright, then we have Not So Perfect Strangers by L.S. Stratton. This is a thriller about this woman named Tasha who is leaving her abusive husband, and she is like driving away when this white woman starts pounding on the car side of the car saying, help me, I need help, please let me come in the car. And I don't think it's what you think it is, and I think that one or both of them is up to something. Then I have The Lost Night by Andrea Bartz. This follows, well, this is just like what really happened to Eddie in 2009. So in 2009 at this like lakeside party, Eddie's body is found, and there is a suicide note left next to it, but his friends don't believe that he killed himself. So Lindsay goes back to the scene of the crime, to the small town, to try to figure out what actually happened to Eddie, because she's never believed it. And our last like pile of possibilities, if I don't finish all these, you know, no sweat, but if I do, then great. But my last for the pile of possibilities is Unburied Carol by Josh Mallerman. This is a twisted horror novel. This is like, I've heard it's dark, adult version of Alice in Wonderland, but make it horror. And that's why I picked it up. So that concludes the books that I might be reading this month, my pile of possibilities. I also have Call Us What We Carry by Amanda Gorman. I have this one on audiobook right now, so I'm thinking I like to tab and annotate my poetry, so I'm wondering I might listen to it and like annotate at the same time. But that's, you know, again, another possibility. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. In August, you know, like right now, we have a video coming out every single day, so please don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell. It really, really helps my channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye.